Have you ever felt an uncomfortable tightness in your chest right after agreeing to something you secretly wished you had declined? It is a distinct, heavy sensation that arises when a yes slips past your lips despite your inner voice screaming no. Perhaps it is a massive work project that promises to ruin your weekend, a friend asking for help moving heavy boxes when you are exhausted, or a colleague handing off their duties when your own workload is overflowing. In modern culture, there is an unspoken rule that goodness equals perpetual agreeableness. We are taught that setting limits is impolite and that our primary duty is to keep everyone around us satisfied. Consequently, our default reaction is to deliver a swift yes before we even process the request, driven by fear of letting people down or provoking anger. However, constantly saying yes when you mean no is a form of quiet self-abandonment. Picture your personal energy as a glass. If you keep pouring for others without refilling it, you will eventually run dry. Every time you accommodate someone else at your own expense, you reject your fundamental needs, sacrificing rest, hobbies, and quiet moments. The persistent guilt you carry is the heavy toll you pay for overextending yourself to satisfy external expectations. Breaking away from this pattern can feel daunting, yet establishing boundaries is an adaptable skill, much like riding a bicycle. It requires practice and a fundamental shift in how we perceive the word no. The first step is recognizing that your time and mental energy are finite resources, similar to money. You would not hand cash to every stranger who asks for it. You evaluate your budget first. Your energy deserves the same careful management. Turning down a request is not an act of hostility. It is a responsible declaration of self-care. For dedicated people-pleasers, guilt is a constant, unwelcome companion. The immediate worry is that saying no will ruin relationships. Yet this fear is almost always exaggerated. Reasonable people understand that human capacity has limits and that nobody can operate efficiently on an empty tank. As you begin setting boundaries, your internal guilt will protest that you are being self-centered. Your task is to gently silence that voice and replace guilt with the quiet tranquility of peace. Consider the immense relief of ending your workday without feeling crushed by unrealistic commitments. That enduring peace is far more valuable than the fleeting comfort of avoiding someone's temporary disappointment. Refusing a request does not require harshness. The most effective ways to decline are rooted in clear, compassionate communication. First, utilize the strategic pause. When asked for a favor, refrain from answering instantly. Instead, say, "Let me check my schedule and get back to you." This simple phrase creates space to evaluate your capacity. Second, use direct and polite refusals. When a request is impossible, decline without delivering a long explanation. "Thank you so much for asking, but I cannot take this on right now." Third, offer thoughtful alternatives. If you want to support someone but cannot fulfill their specific request, suggest a smaller option, such as meeting for coffee instead of committing to a full day. Finally, maintain firm boundaries when people push back. Calmly repeat your stance. "I understand this is important, but I simply cannot accommodate it right now." Developing the strength to say no is an ongoing practice. Each time you prioritize your well-being over external approval, you reinforce a healthier identity. Setting clear boundaries teaches others to respect your personal limits, ultimately cultivating more authentic relationships. Those who truly care about you will honor your capacity. Learning to decline leads to profound personal freedom, the quiet satisfaction of knowing you preserved your energy for what matters most. Start small, embrace the gentle pause, and grant yourself permission to protect your peace.